What's up, everybody? Welcome to beautiful Alexander City, Alabama. And today we're going to be touring the hood. If you're from the hood, though, like the hood, though. If you're from the hood, though, like the hood, though, this is your video. So we're going to tour the hood, though, in Alex City, Alabama. It's a beautiful city near Lake Martin, but like every place that has nice areas, then there's the notorious hood. And we're going to give you guys a tour of the hood here, and this may not be all the hoods. There's always somebody, like if we do a video on the north side hoods, there's always somebody who lives in the south side hood, like, yo man, we the hood over here too, dawg. You forget about me, dawg. We in the hood, dawg. And then they get mad and comment on the video about, man, that's not even the hood, dawg, because there's some other hood. But this is generally the hood in Alex City. There may be other little hoods here and there, but we chose this one. So your hood may be out of luck if we didn't. Ah, it's rubbing! I need to get that lift kit installed. Rubba-dubba-dubba-dub. So this is the hood here. Now again, it's not the only hood. There may be other hoods, but we chose to do these hoods. You can see there's an AU fan right there with an old truck. If they were a Bama fan, they'd have a better job and could afford a newer truck than that. Little hood here. Thug life. You live here in Alex City and you got some young kids, you need to get on that social media and YouTube and see what your kids be on. Talking about gang banging and stuff. You ought to see that. How do you have a 16-year-old kid on the internet talking about he's in the gang and he finna ride on people and all that? That's your kids. You know they get up to no good. Teach them something better. Because what's gonna happen to you, let this OG school you. If you're a young cat here in Alex City, Alabama, what's gonna happen, and when them OGs ain't telling you, I'm gonna tell you what them OGs ain't telling you about the street life, is they gonna lock you up. And when they lock you up, there are no females in the lockup. They will find you. Okay, what are they gonna find them?
Husband.
A husband. So you out here in these streets thinking you bad and you gang, they gonna find you a husband. And he may not be a good husband. He may not be the type of husband that comes home with flowers. He may be the type of husband that comes home after hanging out with all his boys in the prison laundry room and says, "You ain't washed my underwear yet, women. I'm sorry, I'm not really a woman, but I'm not a woman. You are now." They're on these streets getting in trouble because they will find you. All right, they will find you a husband in the Alabama correctional facilities. Go to Lake Martin, get you a fishing pole. Instead of getting you a 45, get you a fishing pole. Go out there and fish by the lake. Start a YouTube channel about fishing. You know, start a YouTube. Are you funny? Start a YouTube channel about being funny. You know, whatever you're into. Are you a fake gangster? Make a YouTube channel about being a fake gangster. You know what I mean? But don't hit them streets, because they will find you a husband in the Alabama Institute of Correctional Facilities, which is basically the best dating website in Alabama. That's all I gotta say for the young kids out. Cause you know, when I go on that Alex City, I see on YouTube video, I'm like, man, these kids are young. They have no idea how rough these husbands are in prison. You don't want to do that. Start a YouTube channel. And if you're doing music, you can do music. There's a group out of Montgomery right now that I listen to. It's called, I don't know if it's a group or an individual. It's called King South. And the type of music they make, I don't know what it's called. I think it's like R&B, or I'm not sure what type of music it is. But they got one song right now that's trending on TikTok and the internet because they did a challenge for it. It's called
That kid on.
Southern Soul Cowboy is what it's called. Southern Soul Cowboy. And, you know, it's got over 1 million already. You know? And the type of music they make is, I don't know what it's called. I think it's R&B of some sort. I'm not sure what this type of, I guess it's like slow jams, you know? And they're good at it. The only thing I don't like is how much profanity that group uses. As far as on their music and stuff, they use a lot of profanity for some reason. Not on all their songs, but slow jams. You don't have to be a gangster rapper. There's millions of people that want to be a gangster rapper. You got slow jams, you got R&B. You know, people listen to all that stuff a lot. You know, like I said, lots of artists in Montgomery and this particular person, King South, they're doing something a little bit different, and it's going really well for him. There's 1,000 productive things you can do with your life that are fun and cool, you know, that do not include getting out there with that crazy street life, man. Because all it comes down to is you're gonna be somebody's wife in prison one day. And if you think you're pretty, you think you're cute, the girls like you, they gonna like you even more. But just find something productive to do with yourself, kids. Don't get out there. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna learn stuff in prison too. You're gonna learn how to wash people's underwear. I don't know if y'all into that, but wash people's underwear. I mean, that's a skilled trade, man. What y'all doing out there in the streets, man? Y'all gotta figure it out. But it's sad that that's the only thing that they're exposed to. The thing is, like, they're not exposed to anything positive. So if you don't expose you know, if people aren't exposed to anything positive, how can you expect them to be into anything positive when everything they're exposed to is negative? Whether it's social media or music, whatever they're exposed to is garbage. So how do you expect people not to have a crappy outlook on life when everything they're exposed to is pretty much garbage? You know what I mean? Because they're not exposing them to anything good. The music they're exposed to is garbage. The TV they're exposed to is garbage. Everything that they consider entertainment is garbage. So how do you expect their minds to not be garbage when that's all they've been exposed to? You know, and the real solution to it is just to find a way not to let your children be exposed to all that. I mean, you could be the worst influence. I think parents are the worst influence on their kids half the time. You know? It's like, I grew up somebody watching, telling their kids, oh, don't smoke. Don't smoke, it's bad for you, with a cigarette in their mouth. What do you think the kids are going to do? Of course. Because kids, it's not so much what you tell them to do. Because kids are like a sponge, but they're not a sponge that listens. They're a sponge that watches. You know what I mean? And kids are able to take in more non-verbal language than verbal language. You know what I mean? They start forming habits from a young age based on whatever they're exposed to. But anyways, with any young people watching, get on that YouTube. You'll make some money. And you'll have a lot of fun. You'll have fun for a long time. Once you get a YouTube channel to pop off, like we do, we travel. You know what I mean? That's all paid for. You get to travel. You know what I mean? You get a little bit of travel in your system. You might get to go to shows and events depending on what you're doing. And you make a career out of it. You know what I mean? Whatever it is you're doing. And it is the age of, you see how nice people are? They wave at you. That's one thing I like about these small little towns. Everybody waves at you. People are so friendly. One thing I love about small towns like this. But that's what it comes down to, you know, like, make a career out of it. We are in the age of social media. Like, social media is everything practically these days. You know, from your jobs you can get, to I know just about everything you ever gonna do is you know, social media now. It's no longer the age of going in to a job interview. It's the age of getting in front of a phone, and on that phone, that's your job. That's how you make an income. You know, you don't need anybody else to give you income. You don't need to depend on anything. You can be your own boss, make your own money, make your own moves. But in order to do all that, you gotta have you know one of the things that are gonna ruin your life. Because some decisions you make will alter the course of your life. You know, criminal records can do that. You know, people are real friendly. They all talk to each other. He's out there barbecuing on a weekday. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. What's up? But yeah, I mean, you can turn your phone into your career, and you can start doing your career at a young age. You know, you get on that social media, you start, you know, making income, you start getting following, and there's kids that are 18 years old and they already have 1 million followers. They already, you know, are on the path to having, you know, good things. But all that can come to a very, very short end if you make some wrong decisions, like associating with stupid people, hanging out with people that are bad for you, being around people that are going to mess that up for you, because they don't have anything going on with their life. You could be very successful, and you bring somebody around you that's unsuccessful, and that unsuccessful person will just about ruin your success for you. You can make the wrong decision by hanging around the wrong people. You know, they're not going to go anywhere with their lives. You know what I mean? So you're going to be successful. You're an athlete. You're a singer. You're a talented person. You have a skill. You have ambition. You have a gift in education where you're going to be successful in whatever the crap you do. But now you put yourself around people that are not going to be successful, and they're going to ruin that for you. You know, so don't ever let somebody else take that away from you, because all it takes is one mistake. One mistake is all it takes to throw away all your potential, all your, you know, all your goals. Everything can go away in one decision. That's all it takes. Getting in the wrong car at the wrong time with the wrong people, visiting the wrong friend's house at the wrong time. One event can throw away all the things that, you know, life had prepared for you. So, you know, you don't have to be, MLB usually means a member of blood. All right. And eventually, that's what you want, is to graduate. Look at that, she graduated. That's what's up. So there it is, guys. That's a little tour of Alex City. We got to get going. And if you're, you know, if you're in the city and you're young, you know, youth is the most beautiful thing in the world. It ain't cars, it ain't money, it ain't wealth. The most beautiful and precious thing that you have is your youth. That's the one thing that cannot be taken from you. Your youth. Everything else, cars, money, all that can go away. But the one thing that you have that is precious is your youth. That is the most. There's people that are millionaires, but they're old and in a wheelchair. You are young. That's the most enviable thing in the earth, is to be a young person. If you are young, that's worth envying. You understand that? Your youth, that's where people who are millionaires and have had everything in their lifetime wish they could go back to being 13 years old where the parents are paying the bills, because that is in fact the most beautiful thing you have. Don't let nobody ruin that for you, and make the best of it, you know? There it is. you guys liked the tour of Alex City and my message of stay the crap out of trouble because they're gonna find your husband.